Celebrating this season. It's a season of festival, arts and culture. And Chale Wote says they are bringing it to your doorstep. And guess what? Who is the new family of Chale Wote? Of course, Joy Prime, the whole of multimedia. We are on board with this year's Chale Wote. Over the period, Chale Wote has been held at Jamestown. But this year, this particular season, it's being held at the Blackstone Square. And we're excited. Now, for those of you who don't know much about Chale Wote, it was birthed by some young men who decided to bring art and festival into broad daylight, because we felt that our art was dying, felt that the culture was dying. How do we bring it back again? How do we make people love it? And how do we put Ghana on the map again? It has become one of the biggest tourist attractions for Ghana. And this year, like I said earlier, we are on board. We'll be bringing you live coverage from the Blackstone Square. I know Michelle Ejekum and Ibi Bembako are on standby. But right here in the studio, I have an artist joining, and his name is Anansi. Hello, Anansi.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm blessed and
fantastic.
highly favored.
That's great. And I also have a historian. He's part of the event organizers. He's been here before, and anytime you ask him about things that have happened with regards to culture, he will tell you everything. I'm talking about the man, Ni Ade. Good morning, Ni Ade.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Great. Now, you are part of the organizers, and I know the question that you've had to answer over and over and over again is the fact that it going to Blackstone Square, how different is it going to be from the ones that we've been used to, the ones at Jamestown?
Good morning to viewers. Initially it was to be at Jamestown, but right now we've changed the location from Jamestown to Usu. And the festival is going to start from today. So we're using the Christian Born Castle, the Blackstone Square, the Nationalism Park, and some of the iconic places in Usu.
Right.
So we are expecting, like, even though there's a different location moving from Jamestown to Usu, we hope everything is going to be successful.
It will definitely be successful with multimedia on board. Trust us.
Yeah.
Anansi, you have been doing this for a while. You've been on the Chale Wote for a very long time. Right. Is it from the inception that you joined the Chale Wote train?
Actually, not really, but it's been a while now.
It's been a while
since
now.
I joined the whole family, and yeah, it's been interesting. Being a platform for artists to showcase at least once a year, you have something to do, no matter what the circumstances, and also the avenue it has created to create that kind of art society, building up that young, new, upcoming arts generation, whereby we begin to lean on each other's support. And I mean, it's very necessary, and I think we've come a long way, and it has done justice to that. So I feel,
What exactly is your craft?
Okay, so I'm actually a multidisciplinary artist and a curator. So I teach too as well with the art.
Right.
Basically, one of my degrees is in art education. So what I do is, I'm called Anansi, which perhaps everyone knows of it as a storyteller, a god of wisdom and all of that. So being an artist and retelling my story as an African and what we are about, the best narrative that I think resonates with me as a Ghanaian and Akan, to be precise, is calling myself Anansi. So what I do is to tell stories of what goes on in our everyday lives, and I mean through the medium and the spectacles of art. But then it could take any form based on the narration, which form or media it best expresses my expression, my artistic initiatives out there. So that's what I do. So from poetry, dance, choreography, acting, directing, stage, like set constructions, because I'm naturally a sculptor and a painter. So I play around with all these elements, and I best describe myself in the visual art world as an installation artist because it gives me the medium to play around with even you.
We'll definitely be talking more about the art and the history and everything, but I know you at home, you are itching to see how the venue is looking already. So let's go to the Osu Castle and have a conversation with Ivy as he's standing by to give us every single gist about Chale Wote.
You're welcome to here, as you can see, at the Christenborg Castle, here, which is popularly called Osu Castle. It is the 13th edition of the Chale Wote Street Art Festival. And you know that the Chale Wote Festival is actually a celebration of the abolishment of slavery back then when slavery was high. And someone might be wanting to ask, why here the Osu Castle? Osu Castle, originally built in the 1960s by the Danes Norwegians, it has seen a lot of slaves being transported from here of this part of the world to wherever slaves were, and we've seen or the Osu Castle has seen the occupants of the Danes, Norwegians, the Portuguese, the French, the English, the Sweden, and the Aquems, and finally the British, who came to elevate the place from a fort to 4 times the size of the fort, which we are now seeing here. Yes, and you might also be wanting to know why this year, the 13th edition of the Chale Wote Festival, we're bringing it here. Well, this is the reason. The fact that this place has seen a lot of slaves, and it is the Chale Wote Festival for 13 years has been celebrating the emancipation or the abolishment of slave trade. So it is purely art, it is purely fashion, it is purely culture, and also the celebration of the slave trade, like I said. So today, we're here and the art exhibition has already started. I'm going to take you through a few of the artists who are having their exhibitions here. Now, my first person is going to be Anansi. Okay, Anansi. First off, very colorful paintings you have here. Why the colors?
Okay, so I use the colors because I just wanted my works to be vibrant. Okay. Yeah, that's why I use the colors.
That's why the colors. And how long? This particular one like this, I can see. You have unicorns, horses, and what, dragons?
Yeah.
Okay. Why these particular animals, and what are the symbolisms?
Mythical creatures. They are from the mythology and spirituality aspects of the rich Ghanaian culture. Okay. Yeah.
And how long did it take you to finish something like this?
So this took 2 weeks. 2 weeks to get it done.
2 weeks to get it done. And let's talk about this one here. This one I can actually see texture. The texture, the colors, different from this one. Why the texture, and what is it symbolizing?
It's this symbol. It's also based on spirituality, okay. Yeah, and mythology, and also it's kind of like the how do I even say this? It's a captivating window for the Ghanaian cultural tapestry, because the rich Ghanaian cultural tapestry. Because most people do not know much about our cultural heritage, and so I decided to, because when you see most of our marks or the marks that we use, most of them have meanings and like there are symbols that some people worship and all that. So I decided to do that.
To put it in a painting. Okay. And so how long did it take you to finish everything you have here?
Okay.
This alone took 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. But this one, I started this somewhere last year. Okay. Yeah. I started this somewhere last year. And I finished this first one in January. Okay. Yeah. Then the rest I finished in somewhere in May. Yeah.
And it was purposely for this exhibition?
Yes, for this exhibition.
Now tell me, what I am seeing a similar shape here, similar kite shape here, but what is the difference between these two? Because the texture is also same here.
Yeah. The difference, as you can see, like the shape and everything, they are different, or they are different things altogether. All like have their own meanings, but then they are all based under the spirituality and the mythology.
Spirituality is too much. Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, these and many more art is what you are going to be seeing this year at the Art Festival. Now, let's get back into the studio, and I'm sure we'll be back here. When we get back here, I'll take you to some more art and some more painting.
All right, so this is how it's looking already. Osu Castle is looking vibrant in the colors. Let me ask you, Niade, we know you've been telling the story, the history over a period, you know, anytime there's Chale Wote, but how different is the story going to be told this year?
So this year, as the festival has been moved from Jamestown to Osu, normally we start with the Twins Festival. We have integrated the Twins Festival and the Nomowo Festival of the Gamashi people into the Chale Wote. So as of now, even though we've moved from Jamestown to Osu, we've taken that part off. It will be starting with the procession.
Okay, so the procession is going to happen,
yes,
just like it always starts. Okay.
So the procession, we use that day as the first day of Chale Wote to remember the ancestors who have paved way for us, or rather, as we are benefiting from now. So Chale Wote, that is a day of remembrance for what they've done for us. And there's there's going to be libation pouring to pave way for a successful festival.
And it's all happening this morning, today, sorry.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
So where we'll be putting the isop, which is called the nyanyina.
Okay.
So then we put on the nyanyina because of it dries away negative energies. And also
those green leaves, right?
Yes, those green leaves.
Right, we've seen them.
Yes.
Okay.
So it has both medicinal purposes and that of spiritual purposes.
Is it everybody who attend that will wear it, or it's just a specific people that will wear it?
If you choose to, like, if you are part of the procession, you need to wear the nyanyina.
Okay. Can I choose to be a part of the procession?
Exactly. Why not?
I see.
Yes. Because as we process through the principal street of Osu, there are maybe negative energies around which we may not know.
Right.
Because we are normal human beings. But with the help of the isop, it's going to drive away these negative energies. And also it forms part of a cleansing material.
Okay.
It's a cleanser.
And so after the procession...
So the procession is going to start from the Christian Castle through the principal Prince of Accra, Osu. Then from there to the Oxford Street.
Okay.
From the Oxford Street, it goes down to the Starlight 91 Road.
Okay.
Which is around the Accra Sports Stadium. And we are going to meet one of the high priests of Osu. He's going to pour libation on the behalf of the ancestors and the deities and the gods to pave way for us. And from there, we move back to the Christian Castle.
Okay. So you start, then it's actually going to be like a whole day. What time is the procession starting?
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Exactly.
You start the process.
And it's all white.
So you have to be in white?
You have to be in white.
If you want to join the procession?
Exactly. You have to be in white. Because white stands for purity.
Okay. So is it a dress? Does it have to be like a cloth? What does it have to be?
Whether cloth, dress, anything in white.
Okay.
Yes, it should be in white.
Okay.
It doesn't have any specific dress.
What about your underwear? Do you have to wear underwear color or something?
But that one, everything should be white, with the exception of that's the...
So the underwear too has to be white?
No, your outfit should be white.
It's just the outfit. Okay, all right. So do we have to pay to join the procession?
No, we don't pay.
It's free
it's
for
free.
Anybody who wants to join the procession?
Exactly, it's free.
Okay. So what time are they to gather to start the movement?
The procession is going to start from 3 p.m.
Yes, so you have to be there by 3. Okay. Right. So if you're home and you want to be a part of this procession, that is how we are outdooring this year's Chale Wote, then you have to be there by 3. No, in fact, be there by 2:30.
2:30.
2:30 is best.
Because the procession is starting on 3 p.m.
But can you join, if, let's say you can't walk for long and you just join at the Osu, the main street, or you get to Oxford Street and you say you're joining?
Most processions are a form of spirituality.
Okay.
So you need to be there for libation to be poured, to pave way for a successful journey.
That's it.
Exactly.
Right.
You can't join, you can't cross.
Okay. Wow. Anyway, have you ever done the procession before?
Yeah. Actually, this, as you said, it's a ritual.
Okay.
It's something that we don't do without, because there is a way to begin everything. And we give to whom due is. So what we believe as Africans, we believe in deity, ancestral worship, and other forms of belief system that is very integrated in our everyday lifestyle. So we can just jump onto something or move this festival just like that. You get me? So procession is something very important that we do, as my brother here has earlier on said. It also helps to announce to the general public and the prime community that this event or something of such sort is about.
Does every exhibitor have to be part of the procession?
Yeah, actually, everyone, the exhibitors, the friends of the festival,
okay,
the production
crew. It's not kind of like restricted. Yes, it's restricted.
It's restricted,
but then it falls in the line of those that are partaking.
So even if you feel that this is not your belief, but you're an exhibitor, you have to.
You have to. So long as you are there, it's something we all have. When you go to room, you do what Romans does. So
I'm inviting you to join the procession.
Right. So multimedia, we have to be there to join the procession.
If you're going to be part.
But I'm wearing red.
You can provide us with some rep to join us, about 2 or 4, 5 reps.
Okay, Brenda will join. My producer, she'll join. And then Sami Okuto will also join. And then Martin will join. So we've given you 3 reps to process on our behalf.
We have to increase it to either 5 or 6.
You want 5?
Yeah, we want 5.
Hey, I'm giving you 3. Anyway, let's go back to Osuka Soul and have a conversation with Michelle Ajakum.
Thank you very much, Rosling. And just like we've been saying and be talking about it, that we're going to give A to Z coverage of everything that's happening this year at the Chale Wote Street Arts Festival. Today marks the first day of this year's festival, of course, and we're here at the Osu Castle. And this morning, there's not too much happening, but then the artists are here getting ready, bringing life to blank walls, as we're seeing. But later in the afternoon, the procession will start. But here is a lady who is, doing something very, I don't know, but I find it extraordinary. Charity, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, looking at your art, I don't know, I'm very curious to find out. I'm seeing one neck down there. No, I'm seeing 3 necks and 3 different heads, different faces. What's the inspiration? What is it really about?
It's about the Sabali women. And the Sabali women are actually from West Africa. And then it talks about the fight or their contribution towards freedom of the slaves. And then it's not just about physical contribution, but also spiritual contribution. So this is more like 3 heads or 3 ideas put together to fight for freedom and the power of women towards freedom.
Okay, but you mentioned 3 heads to fight. It's giving me a vibe like unity. What really is the meaning to that?
Yes, the meaning to that is if we come together as women, we'll be able to fight and get freedom. Yeah, that's what I think. And luckily for me this year, it happens to be my 3rd year, and 3 times in a row the only female muralist. So I'm excited being here and showing the world what we can do as women too.
Well, this is really mesmerizing. But tell me, what informed your decision for the colors you used?
Yes, we decided to do vibrant colors this year so that we show people that it's not about being spiritual and dark, but also being spiritual and being vibrant and telling our story as Africans.
So how long or how many days, let me put it that way, did it take you to bring out this?
About a week now, but I'll have 1 more week and then I'll be done. So I'm doing live painting. I want everybody to come around and come and see me do painting live.
Wow.
So excited. Yeah.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. So if you're watching, make sure that you make your way to the Chale Wote Festival. Whether we're going to move from here to the Independence Square, we're bringing you all of that. But this is what's happening currently here at Osu Castle. So let's go behind there and let's see what's happening. Right. There's another. Wow. Whoa. This is so beautiful. Oh my God. Hi, please come close to me and let's have a conversation. I'm seeing 3 heads, but it looks like is that a goat's head?
No, actually it's a zebra. We're not done.
It's what?
Zebra.
Okay, so tell me about your painting. What's the inspiration behind it?
It basically stems from the theme of the festival, which is Magneto Motherland. He talks about we revisiting our past and knowing who we actually are, not the created version of ourselves through religion, the Western religion, the education and politics.
You said this is a zebra.
Yeah.
So how does this even correlate, or what's the relation between the zebra and our past?
You know, we can't talk about who we are neglecting our immediate environment. So we have to incorporate all that into it.
Wow. Looking at the different colors and everything, how many days did it take you to do this?
Actually, this is our 4th appearance.
No, I mean, for this particular painting, how long did it take you to put this together? And I see that you're still working on it.
This is the 4th time.
This is the 4th year?
Yeah, 4th time we are working on this.
4th time, so it's been 4 days?
Yeah.
Wow. And I mean, Chale Wote has been in existence for 13 years. How many years have you been?
We came somewhere around 2016, and then somewhere 2020 we came back again, and then it's been consistent.
Wow. So you tell me, with the colors, I'm seeing something like a dolphin out there.
A fish.
It's a fish. Okay. So what informed the colors? Fishes are not violet.
Yeah, this is abstract a bit. It has an abstract bit of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm seeing different colors, and I would love you to tell me why you decided to use red down here, why you're using violet up there, and the white heads of the zebra.
Yeah, the zebra we are not done, as I said.
Okay.
But for the red and all this, it's a way to attract the viewer.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted it to be colorful.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So if anybody is to ask, like you've told me that it's a zebra and you want us to relate this to our past and where we're coming from, are you going to be doing this the entire week, or you're about finishing?
We're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done.
You're almost done with it. So it means that if anybody's to pass through, you're not going to do any other paintings. It's just this one you do.
No, I think we'll be doing other ones, but not today.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and I'm sure we'll see you within the week. Yes. Thank you so much. So this is what's happening at the Osu Castle, the morning of the first day of the Chale Wote Street Arts Festival. Rosling, this was happening here at the Osu Castle.
I'm just amazed. I'm in awe. I'm smiling ear to ear. I am loving the arts I'm seeing. Anansi has promised to make one for me, and I've said it on live television, so he will not fail. But you said it.
Oh, yes.
You said you would do it, right? Yes, Anansi is making one for me. But Anansi, on the average, I mean, as an artist, how much do you make? Especially, let's look at Chale Wote. Do people really buy from you as an artist? And how much you make on average after Chale Wote?
Okay, so as I told you, all the time is between the artist and the dealer or whomever buying the work.
Okay.
You get me? And also, actually, with me, my kind of art that I practice is more of in a space where you cannot actually buy it.
Right.
But you can hire me, you can pay for my service, you can, even though I have works that are being sewn, like canvas works, commission works, and stuff like that. But as I told you, I'm an installation artist. Like, my art is more of addressing issues.
Okay.
So, for instance, there is a piece I've been working on, and even what I'm wearing is out of that piece.
Okay.
The fashion brand made from that concept, which is no charge. And no charge is basically after my incarceration at the Accra Regional Police custody for 3 days, and I came out with a verdict of no charge. So my stay in there, looking at the environment and how the inmates are surviving, is a whole different thing happening in there altogether.
What happened that you ended up there?
Actually, it was during the festival, one of the festivals.
The COVID
time, yeah.
Okay.
So I was in there for that 3 days span, and then the inmates, how they were surviving, the language, culture that is in there, everything is different, and how they coexist despite their differences as Muslims, whatever. It was so amazing. Using of the plastic bottle, as in recycling the plastic bottle into furnitures by getting a number of them, filling it with water and binding it together with plastic sellotape. So it becomes cushion, then you can sit on it, because the room's supposed to take like 15 inmates, and as at when we went there were 57 plus.
Wow.
So imagine, you get me, everyone is allocated to a towel if you don't have money to pay. So you are allocated to a towel, and look at how big this towel is. It's small for your buttocks. So you just sit that way, another person is sitting in front of you that way. So it's like, it's very hectic. You cannot be in that position for so long. So they come up with these creative ideas. In the midst of crisis, give birth to inventions. And these guys do so well with the plastic bottle. The smoking colleagues in there to have a way of making smoking paraphernalia out of the bottle.
Really?
So they smoke in there. You don't, like, you will literally be at the police station.
You don't be able to smell it?
You won't smell that someone is smoking inside there, you see. So this is telling you how it was, and the language it was speaking to me as at then. So coming out, I just said, to tell this story, I'm going to play around with this element, trying to recycle some of this plastic to best express the narrative. So for instance, I had access to marijuana in there, which is illegal in the first place. So in order to make my voice to be heard, I exhibit marijuana as part of my exhibition. So now, will you buy my marijuana?
But it's illegal.
So I'm telling you, from the perspective of you coming from, how do you sell your work and stuff like that? That's what I'm coming with. So it's more of the advocacy, the rights of human involved, which is more or less like an activism way of conversation or narrative, you see. So, yeah, but any work, we can do it. You can bring commissions, and we
that's
take care
nice.
of the commissions
Most talented gentleman.
behind the scenes.
That's good. That's good. Now, the other day, after the procession, we know that there's going to be a movie night. And today, the movie that's airing is The Dance Like a River. That's a movie airing. And, you know, there are people wondering how you chose the kind of movies that you're going to be showing to the public. What was the criteria in your choice of movies?
Oh, most of the movies are being scrutinized by the production crew. So that's why before Chale, what we call for exhibitors or film labs. So these people bring their works and be scrutinized, and before we have our preference of choice to pick those movies for an event such as Chale Wote.
So after the movie night, what else? Because I was asking you earlier, even before the camera came on, is it going to be like a 24-hour something, or, you know, after the procession, what happens, then there's movie? Because the movie starts at 6:30 p.m. So how long is the procession lasting for?
Yeah, so after the procession, we convene back inside the Christian Ball Castle.
Okay.
So we are going to have these movie shows inside the Castle Gardens. That's the forecourt of the castle.
Okay.
So that's why that's where the movie production is going to take place. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So your theme for this year again is Anaze?
Okay, so my team is Oja.
Oja. Okay. So if you expect fire?
Yeah. So literally Oja. Actually, my practice. I've been doing a series of artworks that the narration to the work. Or the inspiration, how I came about. I'm a smoker, so I pay attention to fire a lot.
How long have you been smoking?
Close to 10 years or plus.
What got you into smoking?
What got me into smoking?
Yeah.
Wow. That is another story of the day, you know. So let's move with the art.
Okay.
And you know, so yeah. So basically, with that part of me and way of life, because actually, you leave art, being a practitioner, for my understanding of being an artist, is everything about you, your way of, like, the whole charisma, your being, that makes the art for me.
Okay.
You get me? So I don't separate my way of life from the art. So we have something in technique and practice, material practice. So I came about with this Oja thing, basically connecting it to what is happening. This year's theme for the festival is Magneto Motherland.
Right.
You know, and those of us out there who are science scholars, who knows about Magneto and what it does, the role it plays in engine block formation and stuff like that, like transmission of energy through the magnetic fields and all of that to signal and keep the machine activated. So same way the motherland serves as that kind of energy or mechanism that aid, because it's a whole engine on its own, like a machinery. That is the continent. And the people from it are perhaps the whole, forms the whole thing. So despite whatever that is happening to us as a race, how we are depressed, brutalized by other forms, and even positioned as a race, we still find our way back no matter what. In industry-wise, music, entertainment, everywhere you scholar, academician, you still find black folks out there, our race, and doing our best to find ourselves and trying to connect, even though we are lost at a point. Because ever since me growing up, we've been told who should be this, you should be that, get rid of your hair, live this way, you have to. The whole point is that you have to live in the Western standard. That is what the world is preaching, you get me? So in as much as all of this, we still strive and find our way. What is making us find that part is that magneto energy from the motherland, which is the fire.
Okay.
So in the advent of the slave trade, the first 100 years of the slave trade, the ancestors that were sent in were not just like, yo, we are ready. You've taken guns and salt and whatever, so just take us away just like that. It wasn't like that at all. Yeah, there were some advanced people.
Is that what inspires your fashion sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very well. So with the Oja, one of the advents, the main thing that happened, because the first 100 years of the advent, they were set free, and some of them found their way back home. The Tambong family, those of like Dazuma Nelson, them, those Afro-Brazilians that are settled in Jamestown and other places. Yeah, they came back out of the first 100 years of the slave trade. You get me? And what did they do to get, because the oppressor, to push him to at a corner where he feels okay, like nothing. They don't think about nothing apart from economic benefits, because the whole thing that was happening was for them to make money from their plantations and other, So when these blacks, my ancestors, were sent there, they do the plantation. When it's time for harvest, they put the farms on fire and burn down also. Now it became something that they weren't benefiting anything out of it. That, okay, now we have to let everyone go. We are sick and tired. What we are doing is not bearing fruit. So, and what did they use is fire.
Fire. Now, this year, of course, is definitely going to be fire, a bomb, fire, blast everywhere. Exactly. Because like I said earlier, we are also a part of it, and so it's going to be everywhere. Yeah. Now, we have so many movies that will be airing. Of course, today being the first day of the event, we have Dance Like a River, which will air at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And then we go to Tuesday, which is the second day, from 6:10 to 6:40, Stick is Life, a jab circle in Point Fortin. That will be the first movie for that day. Then the second movie for the same days, from 6:45 p.m. to 7:45 p.m., is Cocooned in Harmony. Okay? And then from 7:50 p.m. to 8:25 p.m., Of Expansion. And actually, this is just a 17 minutes movie, so it's a short film. So if you look at it, you see the directors on there as well. Dance Like a River is directed by Barry Donfield. Tom Ranking is actually a 1986 movie in Ghana. And then the Stick is Life is actually directed by Trinidad and Tobago Rocks in collaboration with hashtag 100 Mokos Trinidad and Tobago. So this is actually a Trinidad and Tobago movie. Now, when you look at Cocooned in Harmony, is written by Eric Deborah Ochre and is actually a Ghanaian movie. Then Of Expansion, directed by Miss Iker and Tough Dumpling from USA. So it's like movies across board. It's not just Ghanaian movies that we are looking at, but we have so many movies across board. Now, other movies also that will show. Okay, so there are three Day 3, actually this 24th, this Thursday. So if I can have the other day. Okay, so let me run you through this one too. Okay, so for the this one, that's a Wednesday, the movies will start at 5:40 p.m. I hope you are writing them down so you don't miss them all. 5:40 p.m. to 5:55, there is The Heroes, and it's actually it's a 5 minutes play. Wow, a 5 minutes movie. Wow, you can't afford to miss it. It's directed by Daniel Owomo right here in Ghana, and we know that this movie actually won some awards from the NAFTI school, and we are so proud of them. So you ought to see this particular movie. I hope I can get this one pronunciation right. Shwapuena. You can pronounce it. How do you pronounce it?
Which one?
Shwapuena.
Yeah.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, exactly.
Shwapuena at the shop.
Shwapuna.
Shwapuena.
Shwapuna.
Okay.
Shwapuna means shop.
Okay.
A shop or a supermarket or something like that.
Shwapuena.
Shwapu.
Shapo.
Shwapu. Shwapu.
Shwapu. Shwapuena.
Shwapu means in Gami shop.
All right, at the shop. Written and directed by Eric Ofori Aite right here in Ghana. 6:20 p.m. to 6:40 p.m. a 20 minutes movie. KO, the EP 2016 India tour, directed by Al Ibrahim, Nigeria. It's a 2023 movie actually. And from 6:45 p.m. to 7:20 p.m. The Deal, a 26 minutes movie, written and directed by Paul Mojaji from South Africa. Now we come again, same day, 23rd of August, as a Wednesday. We are looking at The Heartbeat of the City, 7:25 to 7:45 p.m. Directed by Ryan Eccleston from Jamaica. Jokonu Nu Dead, 7:50 to 7:05 p.m. No, actually, it's actually 7:50 to 8:05 p.m. It's an 8 movies movie, and it's directed by Ryan Eccleston again in Jamaica. 7:10 to 7:25 p.m. we have Ame, and Ame is written and directed by Elik Blim Akoli right here in Ghana. And from 7:50 to 8:05 p.m. again we have Ganaba the Drama, directed by Ni Kwate Owu in Ghana. Right. So let's actually go back to the location, because I know that you want to see what is happening. Okay, don't worry. Let's go see what's happening.
Well, Rosalind, we're still live here at the Christian Castle, where we are starting, as we promised, that we are going to give you comprehensive, package and also coverage. We are actually starting with the artist, and you can see when I started, took you through some of the artists. Maya has also taken you through some of the artists, and we are still here taking you through different artifacts that are being exhibited here this morning. And where I am right now, it's sculptures, and they are incredible. They're amazing. They are just beautiful. So please, can you join me here? Yes, and you can see a pregnant woman, someone giving birth, a pregnant woman here. I don't know what this particular image is, but I don't know what she's thanking God for, if she's thanking God at all. But the man behind, or the brain behind all these sculptures you're seeing is here. How are you doing, John?
Find yourself.
I am great. Your name is?
Gavois Franklin.
Gavois Franklin. So Gavois Franklin is the brain behind all these sculptures that you have seen. My interest right now is, what is this? What is this?
This is a drip. It's a drip on a patient. This is a hospital.
Oh,
it's a hospital indeed, where we have to treat people mentally, physically, which is art too. So you can relate to your own problems and then treat them yourself.
So this is the drip?
This is a drip.
Like seen in the hospital?
Yes.
And this is the hospital. This is the patient on the hospital bed.
Yes.
What went into this? What amount of work went into this?
And first of all, we have clay, and we have to use our clay. Then telling our stories the way they are, repeating it every now and then brings the best of knowledge to us. Okay. We seem to be throwing our stories away. For instance, let me tell you about this man who is sleeping there. He's not a lazy man,
This particular one, right? Okay.
He's just tired.
Okay.
And then that's the wife there. Maybe we could give her a name. And that's their son there. And then he's playing. So it's a whole family set up our day-to-day activities in our community. These are chief drummers that I know personally. I know this man personally who play here. He's called Chale. He's called Chale. And then this is Wote. I know all of them as human. So I try to mimic them in that small space and then let them also have a feeling that somebody really cares about their work.
Okay, we're transmitting live from the Osu Castle, and we're both on Joy News and Joy Prime. Well, if you're just joining us on Joy News, this is the very first day of the Chale Street Art Festival, which has flip-flopped from Jamestown to Osu. And we're starting from here at the Crescent Castle, and there's going to be a procession, and then after the procession in the Osu town, we will come back to the Crescent Castle for the official opening of the festival. Now, I am so interested. I will come back to this. I'll come back to this, but I'm so interested in this. Is this also a woman you know personally? This one.
Behind every man, there should be a woman. I think there's a problem somewhere, and they used to be like this, either like this. But now, I don't know. So when would the doctor come? The doctor will tell us why they are there like that.
And I can also see that you have set up in somewhere a place that looks like it's overgrown, or is this part of the art?
It's a discovery and it's a pain to me because years back, our successive presidents, this is where they die. This is where they call their shots, they have fun memories and all of that. And then me coming back again into the castle and seeing it like this, is like something must be done.
Is that what motivated this particular art that you have?
And that also because I use waste, trash to do my collections and productions. I think this is the ideal place for me to choose and revive this place again.
I can see pure water sachets.
Yes.
What are these?
These are this is dry leaves that I swept here. Not really here, but I sweep from the street or every other places. Then these are sachet what I used myself. The ones I drank and I just fill them, not throw them away. I keep them and then use them. And then these are beads, of course. I didn't do this, but there's brown cotton, there's leaves, and then there's tree glue. Okay. Then finally I use paint to bring colors to it.
So these and more is what you are going to be seeing here at the street festival, the Chale Street Festival. And also you should keep watch on all our social media platforms. Hit FM is going to bring you comprehensive. Well, Joy News is going to bring you comprehensive. Joy FM is going to bring you comprehensive. Joy Prime, we're going to be bringing you comprehensive. Online, we're going to be giving you stories, and also on all our social media platforms. Hit FM, Joy Prime, Joy News, Joy FM, Joy Entertainment. Please keep a look there because we're going to be bringing you a lot. Like I told you earlier on, there's going to be a street procession today from Independence Square into the Osu Township, and then we'll come back to the Independence Square and then come back to the Crescent Castle where the official launch will be held. And then this evening there are going to be a lot of film screenings, there are going to be a lot of salon workshop, there are going to be a lot of murals, a lot of painting. This evening is actually going to mark the official opening. And please, just so wherever you're watching, I need to remind you that it has flip-flopped from Jamestown into the Osu Township. Yes, and you know that the Chale Street Art Festival is a celebration of the abolishment of the slave trade. Yes, so a lot of slaves, were transported from Osu into wherever they find themselves into the diasporans, and this is telling a better story. And for 13 years, it has been ongoing. For 13 years, Chale Street Art Festival has been, making sure that they've been garnering a humongous crowd and revelers from all around the globe, and they've been coming here, and this year is going to be exceptional. We will bring you comprehensive, and we will be bringing you the live procession this afternoon. But stay tuned. Don't flip off this channel.
Of course, we won't flip and go anywhere because we know you'll keep us updated. We'll definitely come back to you for you to show us exactly what is happening on the streets. But when we spoke about the movie, a lot of questions came. People want to know how it's going to work because some of the movies are showing at the same time. And they also want to know if it's going to be free of charge or they have to pay something to watch the movie.
You don't need to pay.
Okay.
Everything is free.
Oh,
and we earmark places where the screen is going to be.
Okay.
So if you have two movies coming on the same time, one will be at the Castle Gardens, then will be at the annex. And after the movie, there's going to be a talk.
Okay.
There's going to be where the director is going to engage the public about what inspired, about the motivation behind the production of that particular movie.
Okay, I see. I'm actually I'm drawn into the whole festival thing because it's just too beautiful to watch. Again, as it's going to be free, I just want to know, over the years, for those who have submitted their movies, what has been the result or the impact so far? Because I know there are people who wish to submit their movies as well.
Yeah, exactly. So most of the movies are that come out to Chale Wote are kind of uneducative movies. They talk about slavery, they talk about economic, social impact within a certain confinement or within a certain community. Then the kind of inspiration behind those movies. So that's
Is it too late for one to submit their movie? Are you done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Because from the that's why before Chale Wote, we open way for calling on artists to register with Chale Wote. And at some time, we have to also come out with some brochure where the marketplace, where you have to perform, where you have to show your activities and other stuff. That's why you need to come early before.
Okay. So, Anansi, what's your stand going to be exactly? Because I'll be looking for your stand.
Okay, so my stand, I'm doing a performance with an installation, and I'm also exhibiting some of the Uja series.
Which one is the performance with installation? How is it like?
Okay, so literally, it's resistance, a performance that we talk about.
It's resistance. A dance?
It's a dance.
Okay.
And I am going to perform. It's a solo performance.
Oh, that's nice.
Right, but then there will be other human beings as live models.
Okay.
But not performers. They are models as sculptures.
Oh, right.
In the piece as the installation. But the performance is going to be a solo performance. And basically, to talk about the intents of how we've been able to survive the oppression and come this far in the sense of dance and movement gestures. I have recording songs from plastic bottles, and the elements and symbolisms of the pieces has to deal with my medium and materials that I use. So basically, these are the things I'm going to play. I'm going to be in a small pool of water, as in sailing back.
I really want to see it.
You have to come.
When are you doing the performance?
It's going to be on Saturday.
Has Chale Wote opened international doors for you?
Yeah.
It has?
Yeah, it has.
Nice. So Saturday, what time are we doing the performance?
So Saturday, actually, will be from 4.
Okay. So what countries have you been to because of Chale Wote?
Okay, so I've been to South Africa.
Oh, wow.
I've been to Holland and other places.
Oh, wow. You're a big man. So you say you'll be displaying the fire as well, though, Jack? Yeah. How are you doing it? Are you doing the fireworks where you pour petrol in your mouth? Is that what you're doing?
No.
He's laughing.
No. Like the works itself.
Okay.
The work itself, when you look at the work, it has the effect of fire contact.
Right. Okay.
So when you pay, like you see a charcoal, after they burn the charcoal, you can see some cracks and stuff like that.
The whitish sometimes.
Yes, so you find a lot of that on the surface of my piece.
Okay.
That has to deal with diversity, and after we go through whatever hardship we go through, we end up being a kind of independent, strong and very vibrant forces. So you could see the cracks looking like a pattern of a lightning and all of that. And then in the resistant culture, the boards I use, they're actually boards that are shipped from Europe and then Asia for construction.
Right.
You get me? And after we do this building construction, you see them, they used to fence construction sites, those boards. And after the construction is
What
done.
happens to it?
Yes, it's just, some of them is just left in the society. So these are the ones that I pick and I substitute it. It's symbolic for our race because of the slave, Atlantic slave trade. That's how I play with the material, because it crosses over the sea and that is also coming here. And then also how does my other material like the plastic creates a resistance story in sense of the boards, after we use it to construct, we just leave them. The same way ancestors were sent to build that whatever country you see, so-called first class, it's us that build it.
Right.
And afterwards, we are not even respected and given the voice we need to be given. Same way these materials are treated. So even with a plastic bottle, after we use it and we abuse it, because when you need to drink water, you just pick it and remember that it is containing your water.
That's true.
But when you finish drinking it, you abuse it just like that by taking proper care of it, by giving it more value or doing whatever, positioning it well. But we just discard it and it comes back to at us.
That's so true. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much. Today at exactly 2:30, I will give you 3 o'clock, so you don't have to be late. At exactly 2 o'clock or 2:30 on the dot, we all gather from the Osu Castle, where we'll start our walk. Okay, so the Osu Christian Castle, we start our walk, we start our procession, but make sure you are wearing white and be a part of it. Let's be there before they start pouring the libation, before the procession, and let's cleanse whatever negative spirits. Thank you so much for being here, gentlemen.
Thank you. And I would like to, because my mom would beat me, she was watching me in the house.
Okay.
So, Mommy, you did it. Yeah, and Philip, they are all watching.
They are all watching.
Yeah,
Shout out to all of you. So my guests have been Anansi and Niade. Let's go to Osu and have a conversation with Ivy and Michelle. Let them show us exactly what is happening.
The promise here is a comprehensive coverage on all our platforms, including social media platforms. That's why we are here this morning. And you saw the art exhibition, the arts who are getting ready to put up their exhibition. The exhibition will go down this evening, but that will be after the procession. That will start from here through Independence Square into the Osu Township, and then we'll come back here for the official opening. And like I said, we are giving you a total comprehensive coverage of this year's Chale Festival, which starts from today till Sunday.
Yes, and I'd also like to entreat all viewers to stay with us, follow us on social media, on Hits FM, Hits 103.9 FM, on Joy Prime, on Joy 99.7 FM, and on Joy News, as we bring you up to speed on everything that's happening here. And join us and let's explore the dynamic fusion of arts and culture that will lighten up the entire street of Osu and spark conversation worldwide. My name is Michelle Ejekum.
She has already done a few pictures. You need to come here and come and take the pictures that you love. Well, we are going to give you wonderful experience. If you can't make it, just make sure you are hooked on to radio, to TV, onto our online, to our social media platforms.
Yes, and the hashtag is hashtag Chale on Joy. Yeah.
Hashtag Chale on Joy. So our Instagram pages are going to be giving you live feeds. Our traditional media, we're going to be giving you live coverage, interactive coverage. And also, please don't forget, 3 o'clock, we're live on Joy Prime for the procession. You're going to be on the procession.
Of course I will. In all white.
Well,
yes.
That's going to be the excitement here, and the promise is just to make sure that we are giving you a wonderful coverage.
Yes.
Yeah, here on Joy Prime. So we are going to make sure that you are served and we are ready to get the work done. Here at the Christian Castle this evening, we are going to have loads of fun. So for the start, at least you should come and be part of the procession, come and be part of the screening that will happen here, come and be part of the photo booth that people will be taking a lot of photos. Well, from here, we are going to take our own photos.
And remember that the attire is all white, from head to toe, all white.
Yeah, don't mind white, because we're going to switch into our all white for the procession, and then we'll continue throughout the night. Like I told you, we are going to give you a comprehensive coverage, both on radio, TV, and online, and also our social media platforms. So make sure you're following us. Well, ready to have the fun?
Yes, I am.
Let's go. Let's go have all the fun.